Real Madrid's first team brought their season to a close with a final training session on Thursday. Coach Bernd Schuster took advantage of the exodus of international players to introduce several reserve teamers to the senior side's training regime. Out on the pitch at Valdebebas were Raul, Torres, Soldado, Balboa, Codina, Saviola and Michel Salgado, and they were joined by 5 Real Madrid Castilla players: Sergio, Marcos Tebar, Vasquez, David Mateos and Velayos. As thunderstorm clouds loomed over Valdebebas, threatening to reduce the session to a washout, Jordi Garcia got the matters underway as usual with light jogging and stretching exercises. Later the group was split into 2 teams for a series of possession and passing games in which Schuster took part with his players. It was a relaxed and enjoyable session to conclude what's been another productive season for the capital club. Now the players and coaching staff will be able to disconnect fully with a well-earned break before the hard graft starts again in preparation for the 2008-09 domestic and European campaign.
This Marcelino strike against the Soviet Union from 1964 is the proudest moment in the history of the Spanish national team. It meant that they claimed the European Nations Cup. To this day, it remains the country's only full international honour. With Euro 2008 kicking off in a matter of days, it's a slice of history that players from the current Spanish squad are keen to emulate.
There's a real sense of unity within the squad. We feel we can achieve success in Austria. People have high expectations of us, but like Marchena said, we haven't won anything yet. We're starting from scratch, but we hope this is going to be a memorable tournament for us, just like 1964 was. It'd be great to go into the history books like that team did. Right now the atmosphere is good, but we know we have to take things one step at a time.
The key strengths in the present Spain team include a highly inventive midfield and an attack comprising of the most prolific strikers in the country. Attributes that Spain coach Luis Aragonés will be eager to see on show when his side take to the field in Innsbruck in June.
Our defence hasn't been in the spotlight simply because our midfield and attack is so good, and I'm delighted about that. It's good that no one is talking about Spain's defence. Our strikers are very talented and scoring freely at the moment.
If Spain can effectively apply their goal-scoring prowess in Austria, they certainly will be a force to be reckoned with. But as third-choice keeper Andres Palop pointed out, any success will be down to a team effort and not an individual performance.
The national team comes first, before anything. It's not about personal glory, and the best thing we can do is concentrate on the rivals that we have to face and what we're capable of achieving at Euro 2008.
En los rivales que vamos a tener enfrente y lo que podemos hacer en esta Eurocopa.
Real Madrid's under-17 side have qualified for the next round of the Under-17 World Club Championship after beating the Chinese team Beijing Guang in their second game. In what was an exceptionally tough match, the Madrid youngsters and their Chinese champions were on level terms until the 85th minute when Oscar Plano scored his 4th goal of the competition with a header. Beijing Guang went into the game aware of Real Madrid's attacking capability and planted again with a tight defence, making it hard for the Whites youngsters to move the ball around and find that decisive pass. That meant the Madrid under-17s had to be patient as they looked for a decisive breakthrough. Larsen, Fernando and Roberto all had their chances to put their names on the score sheet, while the Chinese looked to threaten with their play on the break. However, as the game progressed, it looked more and more likely that it would be resolved by a moment of individual inspiration. The goal came after a foul out on the wing, and the in-form Oscar Plano made no mistake to hand his side the triumph. Madrid's last group game is against Torino, who also have a chance of finishing top of the group. That match kicks off on Friday at 7 p.m. in the Miguel Turra Arena in Ciudad Real.